Last season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark was 26.5% of all economic activity as a rookie on the worst team in the league when she entered it. So now she has an 8-year, $128 million deal with Nike. So, she's going to eat.
Is that this is actually an injury that was separate from the quad tightness issue, as Caitlin Clark described it earlier in the preseason, that she dealt with before. So it's a little bit of interesting situation given that it was the same leg, but the team is saying it is actually a new injury.
This Caitlin Clark being out for 2 weeks with a quad injury, bro. And I'm telling you right now, it is going to be real interesting to see how this Indiana Fever basketball team come together without the young superstar. Now, we know Sophie Cunningham is coming off injury herself. We still got Sydney Colson, but she's kind of up in the air with her attributes right now, to be for real.
Because they are playing very, very tough defense on Caitlin Clark. They're looking to injure her, literally. And so the refs aren't calling those fouls, so the defenders are being egged on to continue playing that way with Caitlin Clark. She can get seriously hurt out there. But seriously, though, you don't want to bring her back too early. I know Caitlin Clark is going to be eager to play. I know all the fans are going to be pressured.
And obviously, whether or not it's a new injury or related to the injury or cause and effect directly, whatever it is, they tried to be cautious in the preseason, and she only missed the one preseason game playing it at Iowa. Really wasn't much of a chance to rest and recuperate. So Clark speaking up seemed like a big deal.
Liberty. That's because Caitlin Clark, who has not missed a game the entire season, has not missed a game even in college. She's going to miss some time, at least a couple of weeks. Then she will be reevaluated after sustaining a left quad strain, a slight tear in her left quad. It is a new injury, they say, not the same injury that she...
As a fan, you have to think the same thing. You're not going to be in the locker room with Stephanie White giving the speech, right? So as a fan, this is where I come in, right? We have to say, wow, we were hoping to watch Caitlin Clark. Well, you Fever fan or not, this is what I say in the live streams when
you blink, and suddenly the WNBA's billion-dollar poster girl is limping off the court, clutching her thigh. Just like that, the dream gets shaky. One awkward landing, one quad strain, and now the league's most bankable star is on the sidelines. Barely a month into her rookie season. Let's not sugarcoat this. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA right now. That's not shade, Myers. That's just math. Since her arrival, ratings have skyrocketed 300%, ticket sales have doubled, and her jersey sold out before her first pro bucket. We're talking about the kind of economic gravity that moves entire franchises, the kind that gets ESPN to rearrange their schedule, the kind that makes execs throw around words like billion-dollar impact and mean it. So when Caitlin grabbed her left quad, the internet imploded. If Caitlin Clark is out for 2 weeks, cancel the whole WNBA season. This injury just cost the W $1 billion in ad revenue. Dramatic? Maybe, but also kinda accurate. Because this isn't just about a player missing time. It's about what happens when the W's entire marketing machine, and let's be real, its hope for mainstream relevance, rides on the legs of one 22-year-old rookie, and now, one of those legs just gave out. People aren't ready to hear this, but the WNBA might have built a castle on sand, and Caitlin's quad strain just sent the first tremor. This isn't panic, it's a reality check. What's the backup plan when the face of your league can't face the cameras? What happens to viewership, merch sales, momentum? When she's not playing, the injury isn't season-ending. But the questions it raises, they might be. Because if one soft tissue tweak can shake the whole league, we've got bigger issues than load management. And trust me, what Fever head coach Stephanie White said next only added fuel to the fire. You'd expect panic, a flurry of press releases, maybe even some behind-the-scenes scrambling. But when Fever head coach Stephanie White stepped up to the mic, she was weirdly calm. We're being cautious, it's just a strain. She's day-to-day. Translation, don't freak out. Yet. But here's the thing. When the franchise player goes down and your response sounds more like a weather report than a wake-up call, fans notice. And so do players. Stephanie White is playing the long game, trying to hold the line, keep the vibes steady, and protect Caitlin from the pressure that's already suffocating her rookie season. But let's not pretend there isn't tension bubbling underneath that calm surface. Because day to day is vague. It's also code for we don't actually know. And when that uncertainty surrounds the most watched player in league history, it's not just a medical update, it's a PR crisis. White says they're looking at the bigger picture. That's smart coach speak. But for Fever fans desperate for their first real playoff shot in years, for networks banking, on primetime Caitlyn, that bigger picture is starting to blur. And maybe, just maybe, the pressure isn't just on Caitlyn's quad. Maybe it's on Stephanie too. Because leading a rebuild is hard. Leading a rebuild with the most hyped rookie since Diana Taurasi, that's a whole different storm. So yeah, she's calm on camera. But behind the scenes, you already know it's chaos. And here's where things get even messier. Let's stop pretending this is just about basketball. Caitlyn Clark isn't just a player, she's an economic engine, and her injury? That's not just a blow to the Indiana Fever, that's a gut punch to the entire league. Because right now, the WNBA's business model low-key feels like a one-woman show. One rookie is driving ticket surges in every city she visits. One rookie is breaking attendance records that hadn't budged in over a decade. One rookie is pulling in more national media attention than some entire franchises have gotten in years. And now, that one rookie is in street clothes. You want to know how fragile the system is? Just look at how fast headlines shifted from Caitlyn Clark sparks historic viewership to Caitlyn Clark injury could cost the league millions. That's wild, and also kind of terrifying, because this league has been fighting for mainstream respect for decades. And suddenly, one player shows up and boom, sponsors, airtime, sellouts. But if her being out for 2 weeks triggers full-on panic mode, that says more about the WNBA than it does about Caitlyn. This isn't just a quad strain, it's an existential crisis. The league finally found its breakout star, but did it forget to build a solid foundation beneath her? Because if the W can't survive 2 weeks without Clark on the court, what happens if it's 2 months? And that right there is the question no one wants to answer. People love to say Caitlyn Clark is built different. And yeah, the numbers back it up. NCAA all-time scorer, sold-out arenas, cultural phenomenon before she even touched a WNBA court. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The WNBA might be built too. Different. In all the wrong ways. Because when a single rookie becomes the entire league's safety net, that's not greatness. That's a structural problem. Let's be real. We've never seen this level of dependence on one player this fast. Not even Sabrina. Not even Maya. This isn't just about highlights. This is about infrastructure. Media deals are suddenly hot because of her. Merch is flying off shelves because of her. The Fever went from an afterthought to ESPN's darling because of her. And now she tweaks her quad, and the league flinches? Imagine if the NBA crumbled. Every time Luka Doncic sat out 2 games. That's not star power. That's a liability. Caitlyn's presence has exposed how unprepared the WNBA really was for this moment. The league wanted a star, but it didn't build the scaffolding to support her. No load management protocols, no marketing cushion, no backup storyline. She gets hurt, and suddenly, everyone's like, now what? And that silence says everything. Here's where it gets spicy, because Caitlyn Clark's injury didn't just pull her from the court, it dragged the entire WNBA culture war right back into the spotlight. 1 minute, it's a quad strain. The next, it's Twitter beefs, podcast rants, and Reddit threads arguing whether Caitlyn's being protected too much or not protected enough. Some fans are screaming, "Y'all are babying her. This is professional basketball, not Iowa." Others, if this was any other rookie taking the hits she's taking, y'all would call it dirty. It's giving, double standard, and everyone feels some type of way. Because let's not lie, the physicality toward Caitlyn this season has been wild. Elbows, hip checks. Welcome to the league moments that feel a little too personal. And now she's sidelined. And suddenly folks are like, well, she needs to toughen up. Nah, that's not it. This isn't just about one foul or one injury. It's about how the league treats its rising stars, especially when they don't fit the W's usual mold. Caitlyn's not just a new face, she's a disruptor. And disruptors? They don't always get welcomed with open arms, so when the most valuable rookie in decades gets hurt this early, it's not just sports anymore. It's politics, it's power, and it's personal. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Indiana Fever. We're already barely holding it together with Caitlin Clark on the court. Now? Things just got scary. They're sitting near the bottom of the standings, drowning in turnovers, and still trying to figure out who's leading this team. And now their franchise rookie is sidelined with a strained quad? That's not just a setback. That's a full-blown identity crisis, because here's the uncomfortable truth. Without Caitlin, the Fever aren't just struggling. Their invisible TV ratings, gone. Primetime coverage, probably pulled. That rookie spotlight that made them a national headline, dimmed. And sure, there's talent on this roster, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Nalissa Smith, but somehow it still feels like the whole system was designed to orbit one player. Like the game plan was, give it to Caitlin and hope. Now, the Fever are being forced to grow up fast. No more leaning on 22, no more viral bailout threes. They have to prove they're a team, not just a launchpad for one superstar. This injury doesn't just test Caitlin's body, it tests the entire franchise's soul. And if they can't show the world they're more than just her backup dancers, they might just fade into the background all over again. Here's the part nobody wants to say out loud, but we're gonna say it anyway. The WNBA built its entire 2024 marketing strategy around one rookie, and now she's hurt. That's not just bad luck. That's a bad business model. From opening night tip-offs to every single promo reel, it's been Caitlin Clark this, Caitlin Clark that. And yeah, she earned that hype. She's generational. But when the league puts all its eggs in one quad-strained basket, what happens when that basket breaks? It's not just a Fever problem. It's a WNBA ecosystem problem. Because while other rookies like Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese are out here grinding, they're barely getting camera time. Sabrina Ionescu is lighting it up in New York. Aja Wilson is dominating like it's casual cardio. But the headlines? Still chasing Clark. And that's where the danger lies. When you spotlight one star, you shadow the rest. And if that star goes dim, the league's momentum does too. This injury just exposed the imbalance. And now the W has to answer one brutal question. Can it sustain without Caitlin? Because if the answer is no, the league's growth was never as stable as they claimed. Let's be real. This was never just about a quad strain. This moment? It's the mirror the WNBA didn't ask for, but desperately needed. Because Caitlin Clark's injury didn't just sideline a player. It exposed the fragility of an entire system. A system that's still learning how to handle massive attention. A system that's still fumbling how to balance legacy and virality. A system that, frankly, wasn't built to scale this fast. And now here we are. The face of the league is limping, off the court, and suddenly every analyst, every fan, every exec is scrambling to ask, what now? But here's the twist. Maybe this is exactly what the league needed. Maybe now, players like Aja, Arike, and Brianna get the shine they've always deserved. Maybe now we stop treating one rookie like the league's entire personality. Maybe now we actually build depth, not just buzz, because Caitlin will come back. She's too good not to. But when she does, let's hope she returns to a WNBA that's stronger, louder, and finally ready to hold more than one superstar at a time. And if not, well, then we're right back where we started, betting it all on one player and praying her quad holds up.